I was always interested in neurology. I liked solving puzzles, and neurology is a sort of logical, analytical specialism. And the special thing about epilepsies and all the related attacks is that you need to concentrate on the history. You need to take the story from the patient. And I really am excited about this task. Every time, every patient tells me a new story, and it's like being a sort of Sherlock Holmes, diving into the history. But in this case, unlike Sherlock Holmes, we are not solving a murder, but you are exploring together with the patient the brain state. You're walking through the brain by really dissecting the history step by step. And by doing so, you can also deliver valuable care because you connect to your patient. So that is what I enjoy most about the epilepsies. We have good care in our country, but it can always be better. There's some concern about super specialism, and this particularly affects multidisciplinary fields where doctors need to have a more general view, and this impacts diagnostic efficiency. Particularly at the emergency room, care can be better for people with transient loss of consciousness. Another concern I feel is that most general neurologists are not aware of the impact of epilepsy, and they tend to undertreat those with infrequent seizures. There's a huge knowledge gap if it comes to transient loss of consciousness at the emergency department. We just completed a study demonstrating that we could save millions of euros per year if care was delivered in a more efficient manner. And the major knowledge gaps are that most physicians think that vasovagal syncope can only be triggered by needles or emotions, but there are many other triggers for vasovagal syncope. And especially also elderly can suffer from this. There's also a huge knowledge gap in epilepsy. Most general neurologists are not aware about the impact of epilepsy and tend to undertreat those with very infrequent seizures. And it's important to know that they can be referred for epilepsy surgery. And another thing that is a knowledge gap is that most neurologists think that limbic encephalitis has a sort of acute presentation with a very fulminant course. But we are also aware now about a more subtle and chronic presentation of autoimmune encephalitis. And I think we need to be more aware about this.